Well, hello and welcome to yet another Daily Dominion. It's Tuesday and we have some rising sun action going on. Today will be probably the last time for a few weeks for me to record, as I will be going to the US for tomorrow to observe some galaxies with a telescope. It's going to be super exciting, but also I don't plan on having any time or nerves or sleep to catch up and actually record those videos. I might sneak one in some free time, but I really don't know how it will be. So yeah. Anyways, sorry for the digression, I guess. Let's look at this kingdom. We have strong cards in here. Some of the Rising Sun power cards, which are Daimyo, very important. An action command card for 6 debt, saying +1 card, +1 action, and the next time you play a non-command action card this turn, replay it afterwards. And that is, yeah, just insanity with strong other cards, because it's essentially, well, a throne room without having to actually spend a proper card draw. It's a draw neutral throne room, and not even that. A throne room can at max play the same card twice, but you can stack daimyos and play the same card a couple of times. And especially with stuff like Tanuki, it makes for very explosive turns. And yeah, so that's very notable already. We then have Tanuki. That is a remodel variant. That is a shadow card, which you can play from your deck. There are a bunch of shadow cards here, actually. Ninja, Tanuki, Ali. Ninja is an attack that's rather annoying and disruptive. Tanuki is this, yeah, shadow remodel, super strong. And LA is just a nice sifter to get you to the cards that you want to get to quicker. We also have a prophecy where Poet is the only omen card. And that means that after 5 omen cards have been played, after 5 poets have been played in this kingdom, we will trigger progress. And from that moment on, all of our cards will be gained onto our deck directly. And Progress and Shadow cards have some nice synergies in that, well, if you gain a Shadow card onto your deck in the mid of your turn, you get to immediately play it from your deck for free, essentially, without having to draw it. And that is always something to look out for with Progress, I think, in Rising Sun Heavy Kingdoms. Then also we have Credit, saying for 2 money you can gain an action or treasure costing up to 8 and then get debt for it. So for example, with 4 we could now buy Credit and buy an injure, buy a Tanuki. We would get 3 debt for it because we would pay 2 for the credit and could pay 2 of the 5 debt immediately. And also we have Gather, which allows us to gain a 3, a 4, and a 5 cost card at the same time. Also super strong, especially with Progress. It will make our deck hum, hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going on. Also some synergies with Rice. Rice gets more powerful, more payload heavy, the more types we have in play. And here there are a lot of types to put in play. There is already a Ninja. It's an action attack shadow, making Rice on play worth 4 because the Rice is a treasure. Then we have Omen, we have durations and command in Daimyo. So really 7 different types of cards that could potentially be in play. That's almost a province by itself. And then Tanuki can also turn rice into provinces, which is another nice side effect. The way you're going to gain rice here could either be via credit, it almost pays itself off immediately, or you gather and then gain, I don't know, an aristocrat, a poet, and a tanuki, and then tanuki into rice the next turn. I don't know what might come up more, but hitting 7 here for that kind of thing is certainly really nice. Riverboat is also another card that's worth noting here. It has litter set aside. So playing a riverboat on our turn will mean that next turn we will draw 2 cards to get 2 actions and get 1 debt. And that might also be nice for some reliability, especially in the face of ninja attacks. And yeah, I don't know. That's already 5 minutes talking about this kingdom. It's just single expansion, but Rising Sun can be rather overwhelming. Now, this is the kingdom plot, and yeah, it says the thinning isn't great, but here you can actually force getting a Tanuki right away, like right on your first shuffle by buying credit. So it's not that bad actually. And draw is also not super good, but with poets and especially with daimyos and poets and maybe aristocrats and daimyos, you can certainly draw your deck. Ninja is a strong attack. There's a bunch of stuff to gain, other stuff. The only mid-turn gains are Tanukis though, and gaining like trashing your coppers isn't that great. I mean, you can trash them into fishmongers. Sometimes with progress, you might be able to play them immediately, but it's not the greatest. But anyways, there is strong draw, I'd say, with Riverboat also. And yeah, I don't know. Very interesting kingdom. I've actually played it before. I'm going to show you an overlay later of one of my fastest playthroughs. But yeah, here we have the 4-3. And opening wise, I think the 4-3 and the 3-4 are both not great. And the 2-5, oh, I messed up there. I forgot to take away the 2-5 for the first 5-2. But yeah, the 5-2 is by far the best. Like from the 5-2, you can open double Tanuki. You're guaranteed to trash out 2 of your estates immediately on the first reshuffle. You are going to probably also hit enough to buy a daimyo into the next shuffle, then that's super good. The 2-5 is not that notable, but you at least don't need to take any debt upon you. While on the 3-4, on the 4-3, oh, I also messed up the 4-3. It says poet and shows ninja. But I think on the 4-3, opening poet and Tanuki is good, just getting through the first shuffle a bit quicker. Ninja is kind of awkward because both Tanuki and Ninja are terminal actions, so you might get into weird situations. Of course, it's great to attack the opponent, but I don't think early Ninja attacks are going to be that bad, and you rather get through more of your deck with your poet. Then also the 3-4, then you can't open with a 4, of course. I think their Fishmonger might be okay, but it's not the greatest thing to do. Maybe also it's just credit for Tanuki on turn 1 and then buy a Daimyo on turn 2 to start to shuffle with 6 step, but maybe get to trash 2 estates anyways. And yeah, lots going on, as I said, and I'm not super sure on these things. I think skipping out on Ninja in this kingdom is fine, as usually you should start to get going faster anyways, but Ninja is still an annoying attack. So yeah, let's start this kingdom. Go for Poet and credit for Tanuki. I think that's really good here. And we do find the poet immediately. We can get another poet into our deck. And I think at this point we already want to add a daimyo. This is a bit questionable, to be honest, because it will leave us with some debt. Actually, no. Actually, let's not put a daimyo in there just yet. And just put a riverboat in here now. Trash this for another poet. And next turn we can start to go for more, for you to start going for daimyos. Because we don't really need the terminal space just yet. It's a bit well, I guess we do need the terminal space yet for the riverboat stuff, but there it was still fine. Yeah, I think for now we just keep getting poets and now I don't really like the riverboat we have on top. But what we could do would be to just go for, well, this can turn into a poet, is on top, and just go for a gather with aristocrat, poet, and tanuki, and then we try to get going that way and skip out on the daimyo just. Oh no! Oh, that was a misclick. I wanted to, of course, gather there. I did not just want to plane by the aristocrat. Oh man, but I think we still should be somewhat fine. But that was, oh man, I was not paying full attention there. And yeah, here we should get maybe a riverboat and a daimyo. We really need some payload now. Of course, wow, that was just not on purpose. But the day has been long. I've played some volleyball just before this, so I hope you can understand that I might not be the fittest for playing Dominion at this point. Um, but yeah, these poets are drawing nicely. Now we can turn this into maybe another fishmonger, or we turn this poet into a gold, which is not the most productive thing to do. Yeah, we are really missing, or no, actually, let's turn it into a second Tanuki. We are really missing out on this gather play that turn, because that kind of set back um, our payload. Like our payload would have been much better had we gotten it in. But yeah, it's gonna be fine. I think we double play another poet, then we can turn one of the Tanukis into a another Tanuki into the first rise. So yeah, let's go for this. Draw one of them, turn this into rice, draw into, well, actually, let's be a bit more sophisticated here. We can first turn this aristocrat into Tanuki, and then turn this Tanuki into rice, and then draw into that. Yeah, just get one more Tanuki into our deck, and suddenly we hit 7. Get to gather maybe aristocrat, poet, Tanuki, and a daimyo. Yeah, and we are still, even though I had this incredible misplay there, we are still moving along rather nicely, I would say. But yeah, this we could have been even faster. And AI, of course, is also doing quite good, adding the first rise there, having a gold also in deck, which is always scary with Tanuki. But yeah, we did draw a. Oh, this code was kind of useless, but oh well. Um, Yeah, I think we want to play those two fishmongers first to get them out of the way. Then Daimyo a poet. Play this poet to draw into the aristocrat there. Or no, actually turn one more Tanuki into a rice, and then yeah, go like this. This is good. More Tanuki, more fishmonger, even though it's top decked. And yeah, just keep on gathering, I guess. Gather this stuff, and piles are getting kind of low. I do acknowledge that, but still AI shouldn't be able to. I mean, maybe AI is able to empty all of this, but then hmm, yeah, yeah, no, I'm gonna say it's a bit too much to pile all of this stuff. So yeah, go ahead AI and prove me wrong. But yeah, here you see why Ninja isn't the greatest. It's going to eat up your Daimyo plays. I mean, double playing Ninja is really just should just be a last minute resort thing to do. And there I didn't fully pay attention. Of course, I should not have discarded this aristocrat. I should have. I because it's nice to have another aristocrat to then play. We could ensure that we have an aristocrat on top by Tanukiing the riverboat into another one. I think we're going to finish the game this turn anyways. Like, look at these piles. Just a few fishmongers and the poet, and then the daimyo is essentially free. Should be enough. Yeah, and then we can play this. Actually, first this aristocrat, then the poet, because there's another daimyo on top. Then daimyo, daimyo, aristocrat, daimyo, poet, I guess. It's fine to draw one of the Tanukis and turn this into, I don't know, a gold that we draw. Turn the gold into a province, turn the aristocrat into a Tanuki, turn the I'm just doing random things right now, but this is very much one. Anyways, turn this into another Tanuki, and finally we can turn another rice into a. Or no, then we don't have enough payload actually. Yeah, maybe should have mapped this out a bit better, but yeah, another gather will finish us the game, and we will have enough to yeah. But I really shouldn't maybe play at this time after such a draining day, because really on turn, what was it? Was it here? No, it was even turn 6, like super early. Oh, it was turn 5. Yeah, this bison gains an aristocrat. That was, of course, should have been a gather. I mean, we still had a rather fast game. I was actually impressed by how fast we maneuvered this. But yeah, the ninja skip felt really good, actually. Like, AI's ninja was annoying, but AI's ninja also took up terminal space for AI, took up decision space for or action place for the daimyo, because double playing ninja isn't that great. I'm now going to overlay the fast game that I wanted to show off earlier. Just a sec, I need to prepare it. Yeah, now I've prepared it and I can do some nice overlay magic. Boom, there's the piles of that game. And that one finished after 8 turns. So this is what you can achieve with a 5-2 start with double Tanuki opening. Um, but yeah, still, even in this one, with this grave mistake of just buying the aristocrat over a nice gather that we had in us, we managed to go crazy with the Tanuki stuff. I like delaying the daimyo a bit there early on, because it wouldn't have done that much for us back then, and then getting daimyos in tiny bit later was quite nice. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. 10 turns is rather pleasant, even off of the 4-3, and especially with that mistake. And I will see you in a while. I don't know how soon, but I will, in any case, try to catch you in the next one. And until then, goodbye.